Hi everyone, I am Devi Salakchi from CAC Department, Rohini College of Engineering and Technology. Here we are going to discuss about that subject, computer architecture and organization. In this unit 5, we are going to discuss. So the first thing we are going to discuss from the first unit, fifth unit is device drivers. Device driver are a set of programs that act as an intermediate between the operating system of the computer and the hardware components. First of all, you should know about what is the meaning for device drivers. Device drivers in computer refer to a special kind of software program or specific type of software application that controls specific hardware device that enables different hardware device to communicate with the computer's operating system. So this is the main thing of the device drivers. So in this the device drivers or comes under the kernel mode, and then the user driver as well as the applications or comes under the user mode. So working of a device drivers depends upon the operating system's instruction to access the device as perform any particular action. After the action, they also show their reactions by delivering output or status message from the hardware device to the operating system. For example, printer driver tells the printer in which format to print after getting instructions from the OS. So this is the figure illustrate about the interaction between the user, OS, device driver as well as the devices. So the devices are act as the hardware in most of the cases, and then in this we are having the device driver, operating system, application things all comes under the software. So types of device drivers. For almost every device associated with the computer system, there exists a device driver for a particular hardware. In this we are having two types. First one is the kernel mode device driver, second one is the user mode device driver. So first we are going to discuss about the kernel mode device driver. This kernel mode device driver includes some generic hardware that loads with the operating system as part of the OS. These are BIOS, motherboard, processor and some other hardware that are part of the kernel software. Next one is the user mode device driver. This device which are brought by the kernel for working the system. The user also brings some devices for use during the using of an operating system. That devices need device drivers to function. Those drivers fall under user mode device driver. For example, the user needs any plug and play action that comes under this. How do device drivers interact with hardware? So for device drivers to interact with hardware, virtual device drivers can be used. There are also virtual drivers which manage the virtual device. Sometimes we use the same hardware virtually at the same virtual device controls manage the data flow from the different application used by the different users to the same hardware. How does web-based technology use device drivers? Web-based technology does not normally use device drivers. Normally, it depends on the operating system and web browsers for controlling hardware. The device driver or low-level software interacting directly with the operating system. The OS talks directly to the hardware devices. The browser brings abstraction of hardware to the web application. This way, when your application wants to access some of the devices, it uses APIs provided by the browser. So these are the steps we have to follow for the installation of the device drivers. The first step, first of all, you have to identify the device needing a driver. So which device driver you need to install. Second one, check if Windows has automatically installed a driver. If not, visit the manufacturer's website. Find the support or download section. Enter your device model number. Download the latest compatible driver for your operating system. Once downloaded, run the installer file. Follow the on-screen instruction to complete the installation. Restart your computer if prompted. Check Device Manager to confirm successful installation. Test the device to ensure it's working properly. Examples of some of the device drivers. So in this we are having some of the device drivers as printer driver, graphics card driver, NIC driver. NIC driver means that is nothing but the network interface card driver, audio driver as well as the USB controller driver. Thank you.